You are welcome to the Lord TV, your number one fantastic reality TV that gives you all that it takes to be enlightened on trending news such as politics, entertainment, sports, and what have you. If you are new on this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button as well as already subscribed. So please don't forget to drop your comments anytime I drop new videos. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Viewers, today's headline reads: Two housewives locked up and chained in a room with pepper added to their private parts by the husbands. Before I proceed, don't forget to click on the red subscribe button and the bell button to get updated anytime we upload new videos. Thank you. The news and details. Two housewives whose husband Samaila Musa allegedly locked up, chained and subjected to inhuman treatment for 10 months in the Rimi local government area of Katsina State, recently urged a Katsina Upper Sharia court to dissolve their marriage to the man. Fatima Salisu, a 25-year-old girl, and Hadiza Musa, a 20-year-old girl. Both are currently seeking to divorce Musa for alleged cruelty and maltreatment. The Katsina Police Command had in January arrested Musa, who is 30 years of age, over allegations that he locked up the two women in a room where he chained them and meted out all sorts of maltreatment on them for 10 months. The two wives tell Olaide Oyelude about the alleged ordeal in 10 months. Their counsel Kabir Nelul of Hamisu Lawan Malefashi Chambers, Katsina, interpreted the interview done in Hausa. Tell me about your family background. Hadiza: I'm from Kenya, Ubandaba village in the Rimi local government area of Katsina State. I'm the fifth and last daughter of my parents. We are one man and 4 women. All the women are married. Fatima: I'm from Make, a Mani local government area of the state. I'm the 5th child of my parents. What do you do? Hadiza: I'm a trader. I'm into petty trading. Fatima: I'm a tailor. How did you meet your husband, Samaila Musa? Hadiza: we met while I was hawking my goods. Later, he came to our house, but my parents initially rejected him. My uncle Isia told my parents he investigated him, Samaila, and found out that he was not a good man. But he kept coming to our house, promising that he would take care of my parents and me. So my parents eventually agreed and consented to the marriage. Fatima: Samaila was introduced to me by a man who claimed to be his friend, Alhaji Gaba. He had told Alhaji Gaba that he needed a wife, so he was brought to our house where I was staying with my 3-year-old son that I had from my previous marriage. How long was your courtship for marriage? Hadiza: a week. He came and paid 20,000 as bride price to my parents and we got married a few days later. Fatima: a week. He paid 20,000 as bride price and we married 9 days after. How long have you been with him? Hadiza: it is getting to 2 years now. Fatima: I've been with him for 10 months. What attracted you to Samaila? Hadiza: when we met, he was generous to me and promised to take care of me and my parents. Fatima: whenever he came to our house, he always gave me money and He promised to do more if I marry him. When did he start maltreating you? Hadiza, 2 weeks after we got married, he started restricting my movements in the house. Later, he locked me up in a room and chained me up. Fatima, he started beating me 4 days after we got married. He also started calling me my parents' names. Later, he locked me up and chained me up in the same room with Hadiza. What did he do to you after chaining you up? Hadiza, he shaved off my hair and public hair. He also cut my fingernails and ground them together. He mixed them up with my food and ordered me to eat it. He also put pepper in my eyes and private parts, and whenever he wanted to have sex with me, he would do it in the presence of Fatima in the room where we were being locked up. Fatima tries to remove her clothes to show the wounds on her back before she was prevailed upon not to do so. My back is full of scars from the wounds I sustained from the beating he always gave me. He would also not allow us to go out. We were doing everything inside that room. We bathed, defecated, and slept in the same room. He would have sex with us there. Fatima, he shaved off my hair and public hair too. He also cut my fingernails as he did for Hadiza and forced me to eat the food he mixed those items with. He also put pepper in my private parts and eyes. He also had sex with me in the presence of Hadiza. Everything he did to her, he did to me. But why was he doing those things to you? Was he on drugs? Hadiza, we did not offend him, and I cannot say whether he was on drugs or not. All I know is what he always went out to in the night when he presumed we were asleep. He always locked the doors of the house whenever he was going out. Nobody visited him, and since we were locked up, we did not have the opportunity to see our friends or relatives to tell them how we were being maltreated. How did you gain your freedom, Fatima? Remember, I said I have a 3 friends old boy from my previous marriage. One day, Samaila returned the boy to my mother in our village without my knowledge. It was the boy who told my mother about our ordeal. So my mother came, but she did not raise the issue. She asked me whether everything was alright, and I said yes. My mother visited again 21 days later. When she arrived, she told Samaila that the boy was sick and that she wanted to get my sewing machine so that she could sell it and raise money for his treatment. Samaila refused and manhandled my mother. My mother then went to Rimi Divisional Police Station to report the matter. When the police came, he refused to open the doors for them. Later, the divisional police officer led another team to the house, which forced the door open and found us where we were chained up. He was subsequently arrested. Hadiza, is this true? Yes. Do you have children for him? Hadiza, no. Fatima also has no child for him. What lesson have you learned from your experience in Samaila's house? Hadiza, I thank Almighty Allah who helped me escape. I now know that appearance could be deceptive, and one needs to investigate whoever one wants to marry before consenting to the marriage. Fatima, it was circumstances that put me there, and I will only advise other women to face their jobs and have longer courtships before getting married. I will add that women should also seek the assistance of outsiders to help in investigating any man they want to marry, so that they will know the kind of person he is. Now that you both want to divorce your husband, What happens if your request is granted? Hadiza, I will face trading, and if any man comes my way and is ready to wait for me, life goes on. But what matters to me now is picking up the pieces of my life again and trading. I will welcome any assistance from the government, organizations, and any kind-hearted individuals who will not attach conditions to such assistance. Fatima, I will always so welcome any assistance for me to pick up the pieces of my life again. You know I'm a tailor, and if I get assistance, I will concentrate on my business to take care of my boy and my life. Thank you for listening to this news. Viewers, this is a most listened news. Please, if you have not subscribed on this channel, please do so, because we give you live informations, real information that will enlighten and sensitize you of happenings in this world. Look at what's happened to these two Hausa married couple. You can see that marriage is not something you can just barge into. Marriage is a life institution, as I used to say. It's not something you easily go into. It's something that you take your time. You take your time and observe the person that you actually want to get married to. That is why you really need to go into courtship. At least 1 year to 2 years, it's okay. Don't say that you don't want to court for so long before getting married. Don't be so much in a hurry to get married. You need to observe the person you're getting married to during this courtship. You need to know who he is, where he's coming from, his attitude, his person. You need to put him to test, my dear. You don't need to be in a hurry. See, don't get married because of the facial expression or the height of a man. My dear, there is something very important you need to observe concerning the man you want to marry. Attitude and human dignity, that is human respect. You have to observe this. You really need to take your time and study the man you are getting married to. Don't say that I want a man that is tall, handsome, with good ride. My dear, you are getting it wrong. Don't say I will wait for like 2 years before. My dear, no. When the marriage comes, yes, you can accept, but you need to observe the man you are getting married to. Marriage is not what you easily go into, because the man you are getting married to might not be the right man. For me, I would say that this young man is an animal. He's an impostor and a demon. He should not be seen in the midst of human beings. He should live in the desert. He should live within the midst of the animals. That is where he's supposed to be, not in the midst of human beings. Believe you me, yes, women, you have to be very careful. When a man is coming for you for marriage, at first, I'm telling you, he will want to impress you. He will want to give you all kinds of things that will make you fall for him. He will want to do all kinds of things that will make him fall for you, right? That will make you fall for him. But I want to tell you this: everything is in your hand. Please be careful. Don't forget to leave your comment behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell buttons to receive more updates.